Okay, if x is 1/4, which has the greatest value? Well, this here has a value of 1/4, of course. 1/2 of a quarter will be less than that, because you'll end up with 1/8, right? Because you have 1/2 times 1/4 equals 1/8. You have to multiply the tops and the bottoms. Easy stuff. 1/4 times 1/4 is 1/16. 1 minus 1/4 is 3/4. And then x cubed is going to be 1/4 times 1/4 times 1/4, which is smaller still. This is the biggest one we've come up with. Alright, so the mileage on her car is 300 miles per 18 gallons. The mileage will not change just because she only has 12 gallons. So here is the question mark. So easy ratio proportion type of a problem, we would cross multiply. So 300 times 12 divided by 18 is going to be our x. So 3 times 6 is 18, which means this 3 cancels to be that. This and this become a 2. So we have 100 times 2 is 200 for this answer. If m and n are positive integers, where m is greater than n, and 6m plus 2n equals 22, what is the value of n? Well, if we solve one for the other, 6m plus 2n equals 22. 6m equals 22 minus 2n. We divide all of that by 6. Now we want an integer. So if n is 1, we have 22 minus 2 is 20, divided by 6 is not an integer. Right, 22 minus 2 is 20. Divided by 6, that's not an integer because we have to have either 18 or 24 to have it be divisible by 6. On the same lines, 2, so 22 minus 4 is 18. Okay, that is divisible by 6, it's 3. So that should work if we guess and check. 6m plus 2n is 22. So we're going to divide this here by 6. M then equals 3. So 2 times 2 is 4, and then m 3 times 6 is 18, is 22. Right, so all that's a complicated way of saying that n is 2. It's probably easiest in this case to just guess and check. Figure not drawn to scale, that part is always important, and the figure above what is w? Well, we know that w is over here. We know that 180 is a straight line. 100 of it is on this side, which means that we have 80 over here. So, and inside we have 180. I'm not able to write very well today. Is 300 plus 80 plus w. Bring the 80 over for 100. Bring the 30 over for 70. W equals 70. If these numbers are all integers, that must mean that n is divisible by 6. It also means n is divisible by 8 and by 9. The way I like to do this is we have n divided by 2 times 3. We have n divided by 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. And n divided by 3 times 3. Which means that n has in it 3 2's and 2 3's. Right? So 8 times 9 is 72. So it must be divisible by 72. Alright, he has 10 baskets, each of which contains 10 apples, so he has 100 apples total. If he removes one apple from the first plus 2 plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. What percentage is remaining? So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 55 that he removed. Okay, so he started with 100 and he finished with 55. So 100 times what percentage, percentage equals this. So P is going to be 55 divided by 100. 55 by 100, which is actually 55%. Which of the following is equivalent to 4n squared plus 4n plus 2? Well, this looks like a factoring problem. Whenever I see that on the SAT problems, that's what I think of. So generally, I would start with we can start with the choices we have here. So, of course, you need an n and an n. There are several choices here that have 2n. Okay, so if you have 2n here, you'll need another 2n to get this 4n squared. And then we've got some 2's and 1's, so 2 and 1. If these were to be negative, we would get our 2, but then we would also end up with a bunch of negative numbers here. So they need to be both positive to get this positive here. Okay, but the problem here is that even though we have 4n squared and 2, we're going to have a 2n plus 4n. That's right, so 2n plus 4n is 6n. So that doesn't really work. So these guys are out. This one here has a cubed with no way to undo that cubed. So how do you get to a squared? Okay. Here we have 2n plus 1 squared, which gives us our 4n squared. But then they want us to multiply it by 2, which gives us an 8n squared. So that doesn't really work either, which leaves us with just the easy one here, where you're just pulling the 4 out of the equation. So 4, take it out of here, you get an n squared. You take it out of 4n, you get an n. And then to take 4 out of 2, you end up with a half, with this here as the answer. A and b are positive integers. 3 to the a times 3 to the b equals 2, 4, 3. 3 to the a to the b is 729. We have 3ab equals 729. In order to make this equal also to 729, we have to multiply by 3, which gives us 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 times 3 is 6, 7. We have to have a 3 here, because we're multiplying this here all out. So we have 3 to the a, 3 to the b, equals 3ab. Okay, so all of these are 3's as the base, so we have 3 to the 1 plus a plus b equals 3 to the ab, which then tells us that 1 plus a plus b equals ab. Now we have to remember that all of this is equal to 729, which is probably going to be 3 to some power. So if we want to solve for that, 3 to the x equals 729. Take log of both sides. Since when you do log of 3 to a power, you can take the x and move it over here. So we have x log 3 equals log 729. x is log 729 divided by log 3. Then if we do all of this, so then here 729 log divided by 3 log equals 6. So we know that x here equals 6. So since we know, okay, so here I had 3, 3, and 3 to the x. And so really, that's what this meant here, but really we're talking about 1 plus a plus b equals a, b equals x, which we determined as 6. Okay. 6 is going to, since we're talking about two numbers here that are multiplied, that's going to be 2 times 3. Okay. They don't give you 2, they just give you 3 here. We then check it, plug it back in. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 plus 3 plus 1 is 6, so all of that works out. If we were to say 3 to the 3 is 27, right? So that gives us this portion squared. 27 times 27, 7 times 7 is 49. If you multiply it out, you'll get 729. 70% of bananas in a harvest are 7 inches, and 30% of bananas are 5 inches. So let's say that we had 70 bananas, right? And each of them was 7. And then we had the other 30 bananas, and they were 5 inches. So here, we have to take the total length and then divide all of that by 100. So 7 times 7 is 49, plus the 0. 3 times 5 is 15, plus the 0. So we have 14, 4, 5, 6, 640. Divide all that by 100, which just moves the decimal point over by 2 places. 6.4 inches is the answer. So we have a plane and some line C. How many circles are there in the plane that have center C that have an area of 16 pi square inches? Well, if this is r, so then we have pi times r squared, and we're told that this is 16 pi inches. The pi cancels, r equals 4. There is only one circle that has a center C that is a radius of 4.